Yes, my name's Steve.
Wait, I gotta move closer to the mic. My name's Arnaz.
And today we're going to go over our top 10 best impressive figures of 2021. Now this list is a little late because this is the first time we've really gotten together to get to do this. Plus, we had to figure it out. We had to discuss it a little bit at least.
He discussed it. It was all Steve's influence.
I was like, we discussed it, and then Arnaz didn't get to put any of the figures that he wanted on the list.
I was like, oh, was your Steve's like, no, that. They all look the same.
Do you want to get the Predator? He could be an honorable mention.
No.
He was talking. It was the City Hunter Predator, the battle damaged one where he gets the stumpy arm. Yes, it's cool, but it's just a reissue with extra stuff.
If this mic wasn't so hard to set up, I'd have knocked it over right now.
Right? No. Can't touch it. If you breathe on it, we have problems.
Right.
So, what this list consists of are the figures that most impressed me at its given price point. We're kind of like the food people, but with toys. And discussing things.
So we're eating them?
If you want.
I'm down.
Some of them aren't that expensive. Some of them.
Well, that's the whole point why they're on the list, because they're actually affordable this year.
Yeah, that's kind of the rough thing about this, and then this forthcoming disappointing list is everything's kind of got more expensive this year, right? Like NECA's, like the Ultimates are up to $30 now.
34, sir.
And some got more.
That Kong that I bought for the lady,
Draco.
Yeah, $34.99.
Yeah, because Elvira was $40.
Yep.
That she's up for pre-order, so they've gotten more expensive. Importing figures has definitely bumped up the cost quite a bit. Monsterarts are starting to go up in price now too, which is odd because Godzilla's got more expensive, but the Monster Hunter stuff, which you get more things and are bigger, are cheaper. It's weird, but just in general, a lot of the stuff's got more expensive, or the quality has gone down a bit. One or the other.
One or the other, yeah.
If not both.
Because one of the figures, remember, it stayed the same price. We were like, oh man, this is great. I forgot which one it was. We opened it up, and the quality was like...
Monster.
I don't want to say it, Steve. God.
We'll get there when we get there. You guys might know. Actually, probably, that would be an interesting list. It'll be interesting to see the comment section of that list. Alright, so for honorable mentions, first and foremost, probably should have grabbed one because there's literally one sitting on the floor, but we're lazy. Is the Lanyard Xenomorphs, the 7-inch collection figures.
I'm going for the Predators because it is the only way I can get some of these Predator figures without paying arm and a leg and a toe. Okay?
Yeah, well, to be fair, two of them wouldn't be that bad. Getting a Jungle Hunter and a City Hunter isn't that expensive.
No.
The Berserk's where you're going to have a problem.
Yes. Yes, I have seen it, and I want it, and I can't afford it.
But even the aliens, like the dog alien's kind of pricey now.
Is it really?
It's been a while since they've reissued one. Well, you can get a drone and a warrior because you get Big Chap or any aliens figure. I just seen them pop back into Targets. They actually had the video game ones and the new versions of the video game ones. I kind of wanted to grab them, but I didn't.
Rochelle bought me one right over there. She bought me the crystal one.
It's probably the cooler one.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I think the heaviest figure that we do own, Steve, is the number one and most disappointing list. Because that chick weighs a ton, and that's no joke.
Gotta stop teasing that list. Anyways, and then for me, one that I was contemplating on grabbing, but I ended up not, was the Plasma Series Ecto one from Afterlife. I thought was really cool, but again, it was kind of at the price point.
It's
some
a
of
car,
this other,
Steve.
Yeah, some of this other stuff. But you can it's not really scaled. It sort of scales. It poses. You can open the doors and there's things. It came with accessories.
It's got wheels. It's automatically disqualified.
But anyways, number 10. I'm gonna save on editing because I got everything on the floor here. So what we got here is the Dynazenon, I think is how you say it. The Gridman figure. Which, what this is essentially is just a upscaled version of the Figma.
That's what we talked about. And it is just a bigger version of Figma. That's all he is.
Which the Figma, probably one of my favorite Figmas. I think it was on the top list of that year it came out. So it makes sense that I would also really enjoy this. And it's big. It's very articulated. It has lights, which I think is under here.
Didn't you pull out the batteries?
No.
What?
I ain't about that life. They might be dead, though.
Yeah. He didn't pull the batteries, but they died.
To be fair, I think they might have been left on. That might have been the on position. Okay. Well, anyways, all the light does is it lights up the little indicator on his head. Also comes with extra hands. You get the giant sword. Overall, pretty sweet figure. Reason why it's number 10 is it's also the most expensive guy that's going to be on this list. Because I think I paid like 140. Also, this hand's a little loose, but I don't like to count that when I'm thinking about figures because that's just a thing you deal with sometimes. But he is also just really light. Like he doesn't feel super expensive.
And that's the problem with me is he is super light.
But he's very posable. The only thing that the light thing kind of hurts is having the sword. The sword weighs almost as much as he does. So you gotta play around with it a little bit. Number 9. This is actually one of the most recent figures that we've gotten in, which is the SH Figure Arts Cooler figure.
See, this is where I disagree with Steve. There's only one cool cooler, and it's not this guy. It's the metal cooler. The greatest DBZ movie that has ever existed.
You only like it because Vegeta gets punched in the nuts repeatedly. Also, probably one of my more favorite Dragon Ball Z abridged movie episodes.
Yes, that's what makes it great, is because they brought out everything that we were thinking.
Pretty much. It took a movie that I would consider kind of lackluster and made it fun. While on the other hand, I actually like his movie. Even though Goku goes Super Saiyan probably could have beat him way sooner. But I digress. But as a villain, I think aesthetically he's probably the coolest looking villain out there. Maybe because he looks like Super Shredder and I have a thing for Super Shredder, but still he's
Question
really cool.
of the day is, though, I never thought about this. Cooler, though. He has forms just like Frieza. Technically, he can be stronger than Frieza because that's not even his final form. And I'm not saying that for the sake of saying it, but it's not.
Well, I think they explained it is the way, like, because technically this form is Frieza's second form. It's the battle form.
That's what I mean.
And the different forms work differently depending, like, for the fight.
Yeah, because the smaller the Frieza was, he was faster.
Yes. Like, technically, I think the battle form was stronger if overall, but it's weird. Because it's like, depending on the characters, depending on how good it was.
Yeah, so technically Cooler could have been way stronger than Frieza.
Well, I think that's what's implied in the movie, is because he's the older brother, so he's stronger than him. And I think he's supposed to be stronger than King Cold, too.
Yep.
But, again, can't beat Super Saiyan Goku. But the thing that's cool about this figure is it's very articulated, which you expect out of a figure arts.
Did it come with the beam?
Sadly, no. But it came with grabbing feet, so you have.
Was he gonna grab
you
that?
Got SWAT. You got extra hands and extra feet, which is something I thought was cool.
Was he gonna grab the imaginary beam?
Maybe I'm thinking about 3D printing one.
That should be easy. Just one line.
Oh no, it's even easier. I just make a sphere in Blender and then print it. If I want to add some detailing on the bottom, so you got somewhere for his finger to kind of point to.
Yeah.
But all you need is just a clear ball.
Yeah.
You can almost just buy an ore, but the problem is I don't want to put a stand in it and drill and maybe paint it. So I'm still trying to figure it out a little bit. But for a figure art, it's really sweet. Only thing that sucks is he wasn't exclusive, so he's a little more pricey than some of the other Dragon Ball Z figures.
So $100?
Yeah, I paid a little more because I pre-ordered him a Big Ben. If you would have got him from them, you had to pay in advance, but I think he was like $90. Which isn't that bad for a figure arts. Especially one that size. So, for number 8, this is an odd one. We have the Mattel Skeletor from the He-Man Masters of the Universe Revelations line.
Still waiting for Steve to explain this one to me.
Okay, so I bought this before the series came out because he was, I think, an exclusive at Target. And I seen him there, and I'm like, you know what, he looks cool. I'm going to grab him. And then after opening him, I was actually really impressed with him. He's got a cloth cape. He's got extra little flamey bits. You got the He-Man sword.
No, 9.
He's got the glowing fire around his neck. He's also very posable, and a lot of really nice detailing. Now, after watching the movie, series, I haven't really gotten the urge to buy any more of the figures, so he's still just kind of hanging out.
Wah, wah, wah.
I've been debating on getting He-Man, like a couple of them, just so I have them.
He-Man the Hulk.
Sure.
He-Man the Hulk from the first episode. You know when he doesn't have the sword and he.
Oh, the
Berserker.
Yeah.
He-Man.
Oh yeah, I forgot too. He's got a little plastic here.
He-Man the Hulk.
No, I just want regular He-Man and regular Skeletor, and then maybe a couple of the other characters. But I don't really. It's not something like I liked He-Man as a kid, but I wasn't bad into it. So a couple of the characters would be fine for me.
As a kid, Steve liked She-Man.
She-Ra.
No, She-Man.
She-Hulk?
She-Hulk
is sweet. Tried to give a Spider-Man one time. Or Spider-Man tried to... I forget. Something. But anyways, sweet figure. Very posable. I think my only issue is he was about the same price as a NECA. Now you get the same amount of stuff with it. No, he was $30.
Oh.
So he's a little more pricey than the other ones, and to be honest, I feel like you get about the same amount of stuff, so it's weird that he was more expensive. But he's also, like, just got a little bit more going on than some of the other ones, so I understand, but...
Well, Steve said he had a glowing fist. I was like, sweet, it glows in the dark. Steve's like, no. I was like, oh.
No, it's just he's got a little energy punch thing, but still sweet. So number 7?
He has shining fingers.
His hand of mine glows with an awesome power. Alright, so the number 7, right? 10, 9, 8, 7, yes. We have the NECA Con. Specifically, I'm not sure which one this was officially from. I would say the best one I feel was the Final Act Con figure. The one that came with the plane.
Oh, the one that's in the box.
Yes, the one that you have in the box. Because with the later releases, you got the articulated jaw.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like you get more bang with your buck, because the jungle one's also a cool one, where you came with the creatures. And the log.
You know what's the best one? Is the original one that, came with black and white and stuff like that.
None of them were black and white.
Yeah, exactly.
Wah, wah, wah.
You'd think they would have made black and white because it'd be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, well, sorry, they made one in Technicolor. Remember that one? The painting? I was going to grab that one as a joke. Still not bad, but not my cup of tea, to be fair. But with this one, I feel like if you're trying to get a really good representation of classic Kong, you can't really do much better than this figure. No, he's good. Like, when he came out, he's about the same price as an Ultimate, which kind of hurts a little bit. But it's still a very posable Kong. And with the later releases, I feel like you get your money's worth out of it. Original release, not so much.
No. But you got to figure it out. Your original release was the $24 price one, so.
Yeah, I think he was slightly cheaper. But you didn't get posable heads, so you got like a more realistic version of the head, and then you got the more cartoony head. Well, this one gives you, well, not cartoony, the more accurate to the original movie, while this one, still fairly accurate, but gives you a little bit more play with it. Which is why he's here. And funny thing, moving next up the list, we have number 6, the SH Monsterarts Kong. From Godzilla vs. Kong. And personally, I feel like, at least out of the Monsterarts line, not getting into the Monster Hunter figures is probably the best value.
Steve's joshing us here.
What, 2 Kongs in a list that primarily we focus on Godzilla content? Weird, right? Well, for me, the Godzilla head was the same price, but you didn't get any accessories. No beam whatsoever.
That's not true. See, this is where Steve is wrong. Is because the Godzilla didn't come with accessory. Kong just stole it.
He stole his spine.
Yeah, see?
But you do get like the blue paint job for the spines, which looks good, but could have maybe been a little better. A little better. What we call it? I like the paint job. Granted, maybe a little too shiny, but I still like the paint job. I like that he came with accessories. And he comes with the axe, which looks good.
Didn't we break that one?
Yeah, this is the one you hit with the baseball bat. If you haven't seen that video. Not this one specifically, but we grabbed extras. And yeah, this is probably the one of most of the Monsterarts that I've opened up and be like, this one's sweet. And I think, again, like when you compare him to some of the other ones, he feels a little bit more expensive than me because he came with extra hands. You get the accessories. Like, this guy's almost kind of like just a figure arts.
Now looking at the list, maybe we should have broke the Godzilla instead of Kong.
Yeah, but he lost the movie, so that's how we decided. And again, repaint wise, I feel like I don't really need to paint this guy. Like, he's good enough. Number 5.
I don't understand Steve's obsession
This is an
with
odd
this
one. But we have here is the... Is it Jazzware? Jazzware BQ?
Aaron, yell at him. I don't understand this.
Pretty sure it's Jazzware. There's copyright information somewhere. It's on his wing. Yeah, Jazzware. But this is the Pokemon Select Charizard. Now, the reason why this guy's on this list is because for Charizards, this is probably one of the best figures you can get for him. And just, I feel like Pokemon figures in general. What you reading?
Oh, the contract.
For,
I was going to message Aaron to yell at you right now, but I don't know if he's sleeping, and I know he had a bad day yesterday, so...
Good possibility. But, lost my train of thought. But anyways, probably one of the better Pokemon figures we've gotten. Because for the most part, you get like...
I have 0 Pokemon figures at this house.
What are you talking about? You never bought anything Pokemon? You didn't have the cards when you were younger?
No, I didn't buy them. I stole them, but that's about it.
I'm sorry. What about the... You had the games.
No.
Anyways.
There's no way down... There's a Sapphire downstairs that I'm playing.
Right. And the thing about this guy is he's only $20. He's very posable, which is already impressive enough. And his competition, the only real good one is the SH Figure Arts, which we all know how much... Sorry, Liz. Get distracted.
Somebody was in front of my house, and it's a damn cat.
Is it the one that was hanging out with us the one day?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It won't leave my house. Steve pet a cat, now it won't leave my house.
Now we're best friends. But the Figure Arts one, we don't talk about that one. I remember I had to go buy... I bought one before this guy was a thing. And I was very disheartened because it cost me about $120 to get all that guy. And
Idiote.
And the only real major difference, at least functionality-wise, paint job's a little bit better on the Figure Arts one. And it came with flame effects.
Only thing that's downfall to this one, he does not have no flame effect.
Oh man, if he had like the flamethrower, this guy would be like 10 out of 10. Probably would have been the best figure on the list.
He should have come with Fire Blast because it looks like a human.
Right? But because it doesn't have the effect, $20, this guy's
and that's
really reasonable.
That's the thing though, you can't argue with that price. $20, like when you see a figure these days that's $20, that's presentable.
Yeah, like this guy, like I'm more than happy with to have on my shelf. Personally, I think the Articuno was a little better.
Even the Playmates, I don't know if you guys noticed, even the Playmates Godzilla toys went from $9.99 to $14.99.
Yeah, no, I noticed that because that's how much I paid for Goru and Rodan.
Yep.
It starts not being as cool anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy, like comparably, this guy's only $5 extra and you get all the play value with it. Still really good.
I don't understand this price and jump in the price on the figures.
All right, number 4. You may ask yourself, but Steve, he's still in the package. We did an unboxing. I only put him back in here so I wouldn't lose parts.
When are you going to review it, Steve?
Probably when I get home from here.
Blah.
But what we have is the Atlas Destroyer. From Pacific Rim the Black, this is the Robot Spirits figure. Which is kind of weird because it's a Robot Spirits, but it's in that same box style like we got with the Uprising figures.
Yeah. I was going to say, is that you sure that's Robot Spirits?
Yeah, it's like the Side Eagers.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, those figures were like the reason why they were done the certain way is because they were like the cost was literally kept down, so the paint job was minimalistic. Yeah. They got some accessories; they were very posable, but you get what you pay for.
I think their backs weren't painted at all.
Certain ones, yeah. Like it was mainly if you got Gypsy Avenger, that one looked nice, and everybody else kind of just had stuff going on. While with this one, you paid a little more money because this one was about $50 to get a hold of her. But she has a lot more going on with the detailing because it's got the right emblems on the back. There's a different the paint job between the metals. Same with the plating. Like overall, maybe could use some panel lining.
Hey, but the extra $20, they really finished the figure though.
Yeah, and then you also get accessories because you get the extra hand, like the from the show. You get the damaged hand. You get the
whatever that thing is.
Corresponding whip to go along with it, and then you get open hands to go with your closed punching hands. Now the nice thing, I guess, is because the majority of the show, it didn't really have much going on with it. It didn't have weapons. So like this is all you needed. Towards the end of the season, it got the extra parts.
Yeah, that's the part that sucked about that show. I still liked it.
I liked it a lot. I liked it more than the movie. Well, Uprising, to be fair. Not the tops. The original Pacific Rim for me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's wrong with Uprising?
It's fine. It's probably the best Power Ranger movie I've seen.
I don't know. I still like the classic.
It literally has a Make My Monster Grow.
I mean, I have not seen the classic Power Ranger since I was a little kid. And
I watched it the other day.
And I'm pretty sure it holds up right now to this day technology.
Speaking of the original Power Ranger movies, I forgot that there's a line in the film. Is Tommy's fighting the Ooze dudes, and he's like, "Welcome to my nightmare," and Roundhouse kicks him.
There is?
Yes.
There's Freddy.
He literally says, "Welcome to my nightmare."
Oh, now I gotta watch it, but that show looks like crap.
The CG's definitely dated. I will say that. The fights are still enjoyable. If you like Power Rangers, it's fun.
What's number 3?
Number 3, fine. Number 3, we got another mech. Which one we have here is the Gundam Universe. Zaku figure.
No, why is this one on number 3, Steve?
You know, it's one of those... compared to some of the other Gundams, this guy doesn't really need much in terms of paint job. Again, it's kind of like the same thing with Atlas Destroyer, where some panel lining would have done really good, but it doesn't.
Why does he look like he has a World War II gun called a Bren, remember? When you get the extended mag, he gets a circle drum on top.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to harken back to more older weapons. It's like futuristic, but still kind of...
Remember, because the original Bren had that clip where you get the extended mag, it's just a round thing on top.
It's supposed to be new, but still looks old. Like, these guys are like the Soviet Union, like, the bad guys, is the way they perceive. So the weapons, like, it's got a heat axe that you can also hold. The thing that impressed me the most about this figure, though, is, again, it's $20, so it's one of the cheaper ones on the list. It comes with accessories, so you get the weapon, you get the axe, and then you get some extra hands. But the thing that impressed me the most, outside of, again, I really like the color variety of the paint job, is if you take the head off, it's got a little switch under here, and what that does is you can articulate the eyeball.
Can't argue for $20, it moves the eyeball.
Yeah, like, it's got something that I would expect to see on something more like a Robot Spirits. And you don't get that on, like, any of the other Universe figures. You don't get, like, extra heads or anything, really. You just get weapons and decent paint jobs. Well, this one, like I mentioned, I don't really think it needs much. And at $20, this thing, like, I got it out of the box, I was like, this is pretty cool, I like it. Then when I found out I could move the eyeballs, shot up in value for me. Number 2. Oddly enough, we're still sticking with mechs. But at least this one's Mechagodzilla. What I grabbed here was the 12-inch one from Playmates. This is from Godzilla vs. Kong. You could argue that the small one is just as good.
If you can find it, it's just as good.
Because it's cheaper. you get more articulation, but this one I like because it's bigger and it looks nicer. The details are a lot more crisp. So personally, this one works more for me. But if you want something that's way more posable and maybe works with a couple more figures, like this guy's only going to really look good next to the X Plus.
Yeah.
And then you probably should paint it before you do that. But for $20, this thing still looks really good and it's really impressive.
You spent solid $40 worth of paint on it. You can make this baby look beautiful.
Sir, I think if spending money on the paint, you could probably get like some apple barrel paints that are like 50 cents. You get the black. You cover this in black. You spend a couple extra bucks to get like the metallic brush variants that they do. You get maybe 2 colors of that and a nice like metallic red and a whites. So maybe $10. Get $10 in paint. Couple hours in time, you'll get a really good looking Mechagodzilla.
5 minutes in, I'll be throwing this against the wall along with the paint because I don't have patience for that.
The most time consuming part is actually just painting this entire thing black.
That's where they call spray paint can, Steve. Just 30 seconds.
You can't. It tacks up because of the soft plastic. I tried that. It doesn't work. Especially here, it's just going to be sticky. This is going to be sticky. The figure I was personally most impressed with.
I wasn't, but...
Really? Alright, so what we got here is the McFarland Violator. I mentioned on a stream the other day that this was probably my favorite thing I've gotten this year. Lo and behold, favorite thing I've gotten this year. It's very heavy. It's very articulated. Detailed very nicely. I think the thing I like most about it is the eyes. The eyes are very cool.
He's got a wet-looking vagina for a mouth.
As it should.
And I'm very scared.
And teeth. Just like a vagina.
I think we know a little bit about female anatomy, Steve, but what do we know?
Sir, as per the internet, I collect toys. Henceforth, I'm a virgin.
You know, that's what I was getting to that part.
Even though I've got this thing hanging out right here. Still a virgin. Well, actually, I'm married, so I don't get laid anymore. But I digress. But anyways, again, was really blown away with the detailing. Very surprised about the heft of the thing. It's a super solid figure.
I like that the bones actually look like bones on this figure.
Yeah, everything's sculpted very nice.
What's really stupid about this is its opposite. That figure just sucked.
The opposite?
The actual Violator clown.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, the clown actually, I was debating on... I still feel like I got my bang for my buck, but I really hate that it's got that giant pig hole in the back.
You cannot fix that stupidity. Whoever idea that was is an idiot. Because they're literally forcing you to put the figure in their image. You can't change anything about it.
Which is a McFarland thing for them to do. Especially if you get old McFarland figures. They were essentially statues that you could pose, but you probably didn't because then it made the lines weird.
Yep.
And even the Kickstarter spawn. I really like that spawn, but it's kind of meant to be in a pose. If you get it out of the package. While with the Violator, he's pretty stagnant.
Yeah.
Which is, honestly, I think better. Because then you get to play with it and do what you want. Instead of it having some kind of action curvature to the body. Or the arms kind of going in weird positioning. And you're kind of stuck having it look certain ways to look presentable on yourself. While with this, definitely probably has one of the most play value out of the McFarland spawn figures that they've done. And probably the best painted, too. Maybe the Gunslinger. The Gunslinger would probably be the other one I really like the paint job on. The Redeemer could have used another wash over top of it and then had some golden places it probably shouldn't have.
No. Overall, it's a really good paint job, that's for sure.
And it was only $50. $50. That thing costs as much as this dude.
Big difference.
And then this was almost triple the price. And that weighs more.
Yeah, if I hit you with this, you're losing an eye for sure.
I probably wouldn't be very excited about it.
Elbow drop you.
So sadly, no real no Godzillas on this list. Because I'll be honest, there wasn't anything like 100% Godzilla that I was super impressed with this year.
NECA stopped making Godzilla, there's no more good Godzilla figures.
Okay, I won't say that. It's just I feel like I got what I paid for with my Godzilla stuff. While with again everything here, I feel like I got a little bit more bang for my buck compared to some other stuff. But anyways, let us know in the comment section below what was your guys' favorite figure you bought this year, what you guys were not super happy with. And look forward to the other list. Should probably be out. I don't know if it's going to be out next week because I kind of want to get them out.
Yeah, that'll be too long. We'll get them all out this week.
Yeah, look forward to this video. Should be Thursday. And then we'll probably have the other one for this weekend. The disappointing list. So look out for that one. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Patreon, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. Guys, like you with the deal with channel.
You got that down.
Would greatly appreciate it. Would mention the Etsy shop, but I'm going to be kind of closing that down till March. I might build up some inventory, but I'm just whatever is there is I'm just gonna let it sell and call it a day. And see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.